Living my best life.
That's right, yo. We about to get it. All right, man. Here we go. What up?
Here we go.
Late okay at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of Beats, Vibes, Life. 4 horsemen are here. That's right.
They're coming out.
Super thugging.
So, with that said, I'm gonna go on and introduce everybody. Get it started off just right. Right over here, we've got ARC Father Part 3. What's up?
Hey y'all, I'm Arckatron. You can find me at arckatron.com. That's ARCKATRON.com. And I'm here in the place to be at Space Bridge. You can find Space Bridge and all my other albums on arckatron.com.
And bottom square, you know him as the fleece creating ski champion 2019. Also star of the hit movie True Lies, Anwar Highsign.
Yeah, man. A lot of people forgot about my role in True Lies, man. It was really a breakout role for me. It was a really great time, man. It was very honored to work with Jim and the whole group. Yeah, check out Fleece, man. We're here.
Yeah.
What?
Diagonal Square. You know him. He has conspiracies. He also has an album out right now.
Yeah.
He's going from dog to the god. PL Parker Lewiz, what's up?
The third time. What's up, y'all? Parker PL Lewiz. Glad to be back. Sorry I missed y'all. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't even do what I'm doing right now, which is sitting up without pain. So I miss y'all. Glad to be back. Let's get it, man.
Word up, we here. Big shout out to the chat. We got Panda in the spot. What up? Marquise Collins. Hey, it's good to see both of y'all. Sunshiny faces. But we getting back to the old school. We got 2 albums. We've been doing a whole bunch of hip hop news. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't done 2 album reviews in a show in quite some time. So
yeah,
to our OG listeners, we back. We got 2 albums. We have Black Thought, Streams of Thought, Volume 3. And we have Benny the Butcher.
You coming?
Butcher coming.
It's a burden of proof, y'all. Which one do we want to start with? Does it matter? You guys?
Nah, it don't matter to me.
It don't matter.
Let's start with Benny. Let's start with Benny. BE comes before BL, so that's let's do that. Benny the Butcher. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it alphabetical up in here. Benny the Butcher. You may know him from such grimy groups as Griselda. You might know him as the man that keeps it witty as well as gritty on them pages. But now he's come with burden of proof and the ultimate hit boy right beside him with them beats. I'll start off with Mr. Conspiracy P. How are you feeling?
I'm going to surprise you guys with this.
How are you feeling about Benny?
You ain't surprising me. I know what you're about to say. I heard the album. I know what you're about to say.
He said, I heard it. I know what you're going to say.
Loved it. Loved it.
Loved it. All right. Okay. And what Highsign? Oh, never mind that.
There's probably like a song or 2 I could have done without, but man, for the most part, man, I love that album.
Ooh, Mr. Highsign.
Love? What? You jumping in the head first. Love.
Yeah, you gotta love it, man.
All right, gotta love. Okay.
You must be in love. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I listened to it twice. The first time I really didn't like it at all. The second time was better. But you got to understand the demographic that it's for. Beyond Griselda fans, it's for people who love the rock era. In its way, it's a tribute to the rock era.
1000% correct.
And I was not really a fan of the rock era. So it's not really for me. And so it's cool, like I enjoyed it more the second time, but it still wasn't really something that was really my cup.
Word up. Shout to Shot by Nolan in the spot. Nice to see you. ARC, Father Part 3. How you feeling about that Benny the Butcher project?
It was okay. I don't particularly like Benny the Butcher. Raps, never did, never was. But I get it. Like, I get his appeal. I get like why people like him. It's just not for me. I kind of got used to him maybe like midway through the album. The beats were good-esque. Like some of them at the end, I'm like, okay, like now, like after hearing 2 Hit Boy albums, back to back, Nas album and then this album, I'm like, I don't particularly like. I don't know what I feel about his production like fully yet. Like I feel like I don't know. It's cool. It's cool. That's all I have to say.
Now, a question before I give my thoughts. A quick question about this without diving too deep in the album. Is it a thing where you don't like his beats because you don't think they're well made, or is it a situation where maybe these are the ones that Benny wanted and he's just giving Benny what he wants? You know what I'm saying? Because to a certain degree, he's also trying to service, the artist's vision. You know what I'm saying? So, if this is what Benny wanted, then he kind of had to make it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to some joints that Nas wanted, or maybe
So you're saying Nas got better beats than Benny the Butcher? How's this possible?
Maybe they just chose different ones. You know what I'm saying?
Like Nas
to me, Nas did get better beats. For my personal taste, I enjoyed the Nas beats better.
Well, I won't say that the beats are better. I'll go back to what your earlier point, Hassan. I think it was like we had this conversation earlier. I think like this, if you were a fan of Rockefeller Records, if you were a fan of that run, everybody that knows me knows that was my cup. So anybody like, fam, if you are a fan of that era, you will love this album. It's like an ode. It's like an homage to it. The beats, the sound, the vibes. Like if you were into it, if you were into that sound, you really love this album. If you didn't really love that vibe, then this album may not be for you.
So I listened to the album, put it in the deck, and press the play button, snap, and then press it and just listen to it, let it flow. Right. I do agree. It reminds me a lot of like the rock era. It reminds me a lot of that. In some good ways and in some bad ways. There's some ways where I'm like, oh man, it's kind of nostalgic. Kind of looking back like, oh man, I remember those days. But then the album, with kind of like the style of the beats, does seem to feel just kind of very one-note-ish. But after I listened to it about 1 3/4 times. I'm not mad at the album. I just know it's definitely not for me. But I'm not particularly mad. Like I don't think that the beats are horrible or anything like that, or like the raps are on point. But yeah. So now that we're getting ready to go deep into it, what are some joints, like some things about it that either kind of got on your nerves or that you were digging? We'll start with PL, because I know you love it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tell me about the lyrics. Tell me about the rhymes. Tell me about the beats. What's on your mind?
I mean, the bars are The bars are A1, and they are meant for a certain demographic. The bars are meant for a certain person. I think I can't remember who made this point, but I would have wished for a more, at least one. I wouldn't call it a crossover record, but something you could play on the radio.
You don't feel like
loved
has a couple of those
joint.
on there?
I thought he had a few.
Like Legend and the joint with Wayne and Sean.
That's not
Timeless.
Timeless. That's not getting on the radio.
I think
Legend could rock out on Hot 97.
I think he has 4 that could go on the radio. Hear me out. I think Legend could get on. Where Would I Go? Timeless and Famous. I think those could get on the radio. Or Ebro could be playing them. You know what I'm saying? Or Ebro might be like, we can't play this because
when I say playing them on radio, when I say playing them on radio stations, when I say getting to radio, I'm talking about WKYZK in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh,
radio,
everywhere.
Like radio, like major, like stations, like it's a household song. Like,
Firstly,
how Hov had the hard, like what the Hard Knock Life joint, the Annie with the Annie sample with that.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
I wanted one of those. One.
I see what you're saying with that.
I don't know that that's something that Benny is going to be. I don't know that that's an opening that Benny is going to be allowed to run through.
Why?
I don't think that stations like that. I think that stations like that are very closed off in terms of what they let through. I think that like powers, there are a lot of powers at play, and a lot of palms being greased and relationships being cashed in. Like I don't think that, and also I think that Benny's too gritty for that kind of crossover.
Too gritty, son.
At least at this point in time, like I feel like he's too gritty for that right now.
I got a question. What was this released on? What label?
Independent.
Griselda.
And it was on.
That may be another issue too, right there. It's independent. Like how many independent joints were really truly independent? Not
this is independent. Truly independent.
No, I'm saying, but how many of that makes it to the radio? I'm saying, like, how much of that music makes it to the radio?
That's true. He
said that they were in talks for a while with RCA, but it didn't pan out.
And Shot by Nolan says, I don't think Benny is aiming for that crossover yet. So maybe he's not,
I don't think that Hov was aiming for the crossover with the Annie joint. He just wanted to get his name in the room. Like,
yeah, but they ain't even recognize Hov until Annie.
They didn't recognize Hov until Annie.
Oh boy.
Just to get in the building. Like just to get in the building.
I gotta put Pusha Terrence in.
Just one.
How about you, Arckatron? Where you at on some of the particulars?
Some of the features I do. I actually like the song with all the Griselda dudes on it. Like that was a good song to me. I was like, all right, these dudes is going in. All right, cool. This is what I'm looking for. Like,
with Conway Twitty.
With Conway,
he killed it.
Conway did. I was like, "Ooh, okay, Conway, okay."
He killed that verse, fam.
Like they always had, like I always felt they always had it. They're just like the subject matter for me wasn't my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's very. For me, it's very. I need like spurts of it. I can't have a whole. I need like a nice little side dish of like my grimy street rap. Like I can't be cooking coke all day. I can't be shooting dudes and collecting paper from dirty guns all day. I just can't do it. Now I can take a little piece of it.
Sound like a square right now.
I'm definitely a square.
7 right now.
I'm definitely a square when it comes to that. Like, look, I'm like, you want me to do something illegal?
Beats, Vibes, and Life is for the for the trenches. What you mean?
You right here, man. You was L7. You know what I mean?
Yo, look, call it what you will.
Right now,
I'm trying to live.
Square, kid. You square.
I ain't trying to have butt naked girls cooking coke up in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
I'll take it.
I ain't about that Pyrex vision.
Oh man, you missing out.
You missing
2020. 2020
you missing out.
This the year.
I will with what you said about the features, and my bad, not I'll jump out and let you finish your thing. But I liked all the features on this album. I think everybody represented well. But sorry, go on, do your thing.
Yeah, Big yeah, I just have a problem with Big Sean, but other than that, yes, the features are great.
What Big Sean do to you, yo? Come on, let it out.
No, I just never got down with him. His flow is weird. Like his flow is weird. That's what it is. I never was down with his flow. And his voice, it's okay. But like his flow and then the subject matter, again, he's just not for me. I mean, he's just not for me. Well, other than that, like I think like top to bottom, it's a solid album. I just feel like it's I don't know if like I'm looking for something different. If you're gonna make like dual album with like one artist or one producer, like I'm looking for like if you're working with the same person, I'm looking for like different kinds of stuff. Not like so different outside of their wheelhouse, but I feel like it's just a little bit more of what is this album about? That's the question. What is it truly about?
Well, it's about the burden of proof. No, but big shout out to Tyler. Tyler Bennett said Freddie Gibbs is the king of cocaine raps right now. Yes, and that's why pretty much I can't let nobody else in. I already got Freddie Gibbs. Don't
leave that. Hold on. Do not leave that.
All right.
I love our viewers. I can't let you have that, sir.
Why? Who's the king of
cocaine? Freddie Gibbs right now.
Pusha T? Who?
There's a man from Virginia.
Pusha T.
Oh, Push?
Still rapping.
Push. I ain't gonna front. Push still got it, yo. And actually, we gonna be talking about Pusha today.
I'm gonna say what I want to say. Okay.
We're gonna be talking about Push today.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him.
Yeah, Arckatron funny boy. All right, but yeah, Gangsta Gibbs is that dude for real. Like, man, I ain't gonna front. Like, he's definitely that dude.
Yo, Highsign, your mic is muted.
Yeah. You good?
Had some loud noise in the background.
Oh, gotcha. Somebody was the Rough Riders. Rough Riders was in the back.
Oh, Tyler Bennett said Push is on the board, but he's no longer the king. You know
what?
That's what he said. That's what he said. Look, Anwar was like, I don't know. That's interesting. Who would be? You know what? I like Freddie Gibbs, but here's the deal. I'm from VA, so I'm gonna have to default to your boy Pusha T. I'm gonna have to default to my boy Pusha T. He's actually
they didn't even recognize Hove until Annie. So when you think they're gonna recognize Pusha Terrence?
I love how he make a statement and walk off screen. Next thing you know, he gonna be closing the cabinet on us again. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Bennett said East Coast bias. I get it. Oh yeah, definitely. If they from VA, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Just straight up bottom line.
I love Gibbs. Tyler, listen to me. Listen to me real good. I love Freddie Gibbs. Love Freddie Gibbs, okay? No. If this was like a versus battle or something like that, nah. And I love Freddie, but no.
Gangsta Gibbs ain't doing it? Gangsta Gibbs ain't number one?
Over Push? No.
Nah, not over Push.
Sorry.
So on my side, the beats and the feel of like the Rockefeller kind of, that's the one that kind of weighs on me a little more than the like I'm street all the time. The rhymes are all on point. I would have liked more diversity in the music, but at the same time, if this is the kind of feel that he was going for, like kind of like this Rockefeller era, kind of like homage to that, then actually he's kind of throwing it straight down the middle of where it should be. It's just that since we just heard the Nas and Hit Boy joint, I know there's some more diversity in the sound there that I'm like, we ain't really getting. But with that said, I'm not into, this isn't my cup of tea, but the rhymes are all on point, man. The rhymes are all on point. There wasn't a particular song where I was like, this is corny, or there wasn't like a particular song, or even like I said with the kind of collabs and stuff, none of the features were whack. And I'm not the biggest Ross fan. So when I heard I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, here we go. And I was like, oh, it's good. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, oh. Wow. Yo, man. Anwar be closing doors, son. But
Keys open doors.
Yeah, the keys do open doors, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where his rhymes are on point. All of the features come correct. And shouts to Dom Kennedy. I haven't heard him on something in a long time, but I also don't be like checking for him like that anymore. But everybody comes correct. What really drags on me is the beat choices. That kind of drags on me on this. I think we swap out, say, 4 to 5 beats, and that makes the rest of it sound fresher to me. But rhymes wise, homie comes through, man. And all there is not one whack feature. Because usually when you have a lot of features, somebody doesn't represent.
One. There's at least one.
This is also from someone who is not at all a Wayne fan. Not even like a wee bit. Not even a scotch. But everybody came through. I mean, I guess, of course, except Arckatron's Big Sean, he's like, hey.
I could do without him.
I could do without him. But yeah, man, so I think that's where I'm at. I like the rhymes. A good amount of the beats, like I said, the ones that I listed out earlier, kind of with Legend and Famous, stuff like that, I thought were cool. But then there were some other ones that didn't really hit me, like Sly Green, that I was just like, I wish we would have changed it up a little bit. But bottom 3, anyone? Anyone want to start with their bottom 3?
You didn't even ask me what I thought.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I thought we started with you. Did we start
with PL?
Oh, excuse me.
In terms of like how everybody felt about features and everything, you just skipped over me. It's cool. Let's continue.
No, that's because you closed the door on me 2 times. All right.
I closed the door on the feature. I closed the door on Sean.
Okay. All right. Never mind. All right, cool. So you're back in.
Anwar, got tagged back in. Tag team.
Let us know your thoughts.
I don't really like the features on this record.
Really?
I feel like Ross phoned it in.
Ooh.
I normally like Wayne because Wayne is this like late era Wayne. Current Wayne is bussing. He's head bussing, but I don't like this verse that much.
Wow.
I agree with Sean. I don't really like Big Sean's verse. I agree with Arcka. Rather, we don't want to get it mixed up. But Arcka, I agree with. Like Sean's flow has always been kind of choppy and not particularly pleasant for me. Just just for me. Like, I don't dislike him. He has songs that I like, but yeah, I thought it was also kind of a weird pairing. But at the same time, kudos for, you know, like having someone on the song that is outside of what we may normally think of when we think of like a Benny record. And, you know, like you wouldn't be like, yeah, let's put Big Sean on it. But, you know, kudos for, you know, thinking outside of the box in that way. I appreciate that. But I don't really love the execution, how it came together. What he was saying was cool, but how he said it. You know, so I don't know, man. Like as far as the beats go, it was mostly a miss for me. Like I like Hit Boy, but again, like I said, I don't really love the Rockefeller era sound. So that nostalgia point is kind of lost on me anyway. But there are certain joints that I did dig. I can't remember names of the joint, but I like the Legend joint. I like the one with Benny and with Conway and Westside. And there's another one that sounds like mad, like futuristic. That's got like some sense to it. I forget the name of the joint, but it's on the back half of the album. So there's a couple joints that I dig, and you know, overall, like I said, it was kind of a grower for me. If I listen to it again, I'll probably enjoy it a little bit more. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't like them features too much though, man.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
You know what? But that's what we need here. That's why we love the Horsemen. The Horsemen come with they honest thoughts, they straight opinions. You know what I'm saying? Straight raw. Speaking of raw, Tyler Bennett said Benny is the definition of re-rock. AI can replicate Benny. And then he said Parker got that look like he got something fire to say. So do you have something on your mind, PL?
About the album?
Yeah, Dog to God 3 out right now.
Yep. From Dog to God 3 out right now.
You know man, I really like the album. I really do.
I was so surprised when you said that. When you hit me
I
like,
think
yo.
that he's really, I will agree with everybody on the beat choices, the beat selection. Other than that, man, this is a pretty solid album, man. He doesn't disappoint. I will give Benny that, man. Benny don't disappoint, man. If he's dropping a project, man, it's gonna be fire, man.
Another thing, much to the Sean point, my bad, B. Like much to the Sean point, like Benny doing something that's outside of like the Griselda sound. I do appreciate that, despite me having sort of mixed feelings about the record. I do appreciate that, and I hope that they did it. I felt like Conway did that a bit too, like tried to step outside of the sound and sort of expand into what he personally enjoys. And I feel like Benny did that as well, stepping out into what they personally enjoy, the type of stuff they might be, type of beats they might be listening to and being like, yeah, this really gets me motivated. This really gets me, I really feel like rapping. So I do appreciate that.
That's what's up. All right. Anyone want to start off with the bottom three?
I'll go. I don't have a bottom three.
Ooh.
I can't say that. Like, I don't have a bottom three. I think this is a solid album. There's songs that are better than others, of course, but to call it like a bottom three.
Okay. Anwar, you fired up. You ready?
That first song, I don't really love that first song. Like the first couple songs, I'm like not really in love with, man. I wish I had my laptop in front of me because I always forget to write down names. But yeah, like there's a couple in that first. I know that first one, and I don't really. I'll say the one with Sean and Wayne, and it's a dog out here that's like barking me out of the building. He does not agree with my opinions about this Benny record.
Dogs be hating.
I'll say those. All
right, Arckatron.
I'm going. Yeah, the intro really didn't do it for me, so I was like, "Oh, here we go." But the other tracks did pick up a little better, like towards like the early middle. It was getting better, and then there's a dip with like New Streets, like songs that just have these loops and just like playing over and over. Like, not a fan of those kind of songs. It's like we done ran through this chamber like 4,000 times. And I'm like, I'm tired of just like the straight up, oh, here's the loop, we're gonna rap to the loop, but not really. It's just like, okay, you better just rap in the air right now. Like, just stop and get out of here with that.
Looping
like,
them shits for 1,000 years.
Yeah, like you for 1,000 years, like calling it hip hop. It's all good, but after like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them, you're like, all right, I get it. We don't need this, but that's so. Like I would say, the intro, Burden Proof. I would say New Streets is the one I was thinking about, and it's either Thank God I Made It or which one is it? I'm listening to it right now. I maybe Trade It All. I do like the premise of Trade It All, but there's something about it I'm just not feeling. The beat, like I don't know, something about that one. That's my 3.
Word up. For me, Burden of Proof, because I do think it started off sluggish. Sly Green and Trade It All might be my bottom 3. Maybe Thank God I Made It, but maybe Trade It All. I think those 3 are my bottom. For my top, I'll start off the top. My top, One Way Flight, War Paint. Legend. I think I'll settle on that. I think One Way Flight, War Paint, Legend. Those are my top 3. PL. Since you love this album, what's your top 3?
I'll take that. The one with all the on the Griselda track, that one really stands out. That might be my favorite. That might be my favorite joint on the album. That joint that Arckatron said he wasn't feeling might be my second joint. That New Streets joint is so hard to me. And then I'll take Gimme Timeless as my 3rd.
All right. Okay. Arckatron, because you know what I'm saying, Anwar went dark for a second. So you know what I'm saying.
I went a War Paint, Legend, and I'm trying to figure out my 3rd one. One Way Flight. It might be One Way Flight. Yeah, One Way Flight. So War Paint, Legend, One Way Flight.
And Anwar Highsign, or where you at?
I think I'm gonna go with those 2 as well: the War Paint, the Legend, and the Over the Limit joint. That's the one I was trying to think of. The kind of futuristic sense.
I do like that one. I like the new music on that one. That was a good one too. That would like number 4 or 5 for me.
Word up. Shouts to Jenny James for the track listing.
Yo, bro.
So yeah, that's how we feeling, yo. So it's score time. You know what I'm saying? Score time. You know what? You know what? We're gonna start low and go up. Now, I'm thinking of where the low's gonna be. So let's start with Anwar Highsign. I want you to score it first. 1 to 10. What's your score?
I'll give it a 6.5, 7. Solid.
All right. Arckatron.
I don't regret my time with it.
I don't regret my time.
Yeah, I was gonna say like either 6 or 6.5. But after like a second listen right now, I'm kind of listening to it a little bit. I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
All right, word. This is what I would like to call divine alignment, because I'm gonna also drop a 6.5 on them. The 6.5, that's where I was. I don't hate it. There's a lot of stuff that I like about it, but those beats be holding me back, man. That Rockefeller era, those beats be holding my brother back. Oh, and shouts to Jamal Lee for the super chat. What up? Nice to see you up in here. Thank you for the support. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, his top 3 are War Paint, New Streets, and One Way Flight. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Got that Gangsta Gibbs on there, so you gotta always, you know. The New Streets ain't bad either. You know, New Streets ain't bad. Fire. So I'm pretty sure who will have the highest score. Add up
all 3 of our 6.5s for his score.
Nah, not even. as a huge fan of old Rockefeller, like I might be the stan of like the biggest Rockefeller stan. I don't care. I'll wear that jacket.
Y'all got everybody Def Jam jackets. Y'all gonna think this is a Def Jam tour. Every time I come through here, I look at everybody, they got Def Jam jackets. What would you're not stupid, Kevin. You're not stupid. If you think come up in here and you saw who you think? I think it's a Def Jam tour. Thank you, it's a Def Jam tour. Yo, I'll never forget that moment. Dude could not cut his head.
He wasn't wrong though.
He wasn't wrong.
Oh no, he wasn't
wrong.
He was right. But the dude trying to cut his hair was like
tried to act dumb, and I don't know if anyone was fooled on that side of the screen or our side of the screen.
Yeah.
I give the album a solid 9.
Wow.
Solid 9.
High score.
That's high score.
It really
high
put me,
praise.
like,
High sign.
The thing I told
It was you.
Like, nah, man. Like, I listened to this album and it made me. I felt like I was back in a former life. If you catch my drift, like that's what this. It took me back.
What you mean by that, son?
I think he means like back when he was grocery, like he was like, you know, he was a bagger.
Oh, at the grocery
store. When he was bagging at work. You know what I'm saying?
Working
paper
at the mall.
You know what I'm saying?
Working at the mall.
That's why. Nah, man, this album, it made me feel real nostalgic, man. Like real nostalgic. Like it took me back to my old Zuzu Trooper days, man. Yeah, man. This was
Zuzu Trooper. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Man. Tyler Bennett says, I just can't believe Benny moving real work. And Jamal Lee said, they say fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? But man, like Riley on Boondock said, they telling our stories for us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, Benny out there telling stories of the guys that's out there doing it, so they ain't got to tell them. You know
I will say this.
No, I can't say that. I don't know
those
what
street entrepreneurs.
I will say this. Give me 2 seconds.
I can't say I don't believe them.
The Griselda team happened to have a great rapport with a young man by the name of Sly Green. And if anybody knows anything about that life, they'll know that if you had any dealings with that man, that you had to be of a certain caliber. So I will not discredit or question their former dealings and doings.
Okay.
Me personally.
They don't strike me as dudes who were not there. I will say that, regardless of the music, how we feel about the music, I don't think they're faking. I don't think they're really embellishing too much.
It might be a situation where this is either something they did or something like somebody very close to them did. Like they were probably there that day or there the next day. They were probably at least affiliated. You know what I'm saying? As they say. Hashtag.
Just making another million. I have to learn how the words go to the song.
M's came from everywhere. It was raining M's everywhere. When Drake said that the first million is the hardest to get, I was like, how could it be?
How could it be?
Oh man,
he was right.
Yo, man, that's
the best episode.
Yo, that episode, because weeding through Joe Budden, there was a lot to learn in that episode. A whole lot to learn. You know what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of these people out here thinking like, oh, if I get signed exclusive to this, it's gonna be so awesome. Be careful.
Yeah.
Why do you be wasting your
Hold
time
back.
staying mad
Being
at
mad at
us?
us.
Yo, getting signed is
Like, look,
Sha-la-la-la-la.
Joe,
that's how they
Joe
be
dropped
talking
some
to you in the
gems
office.
for
La la la
everybody.
la la. Y'all go to y'all. Speaking of bus, y'all go to When Disaster Strikes and go listen to that first like 5 tracks and tell me that ain't fire. First 5 tracks, how it sets it off.
When Disaster Strikes,
them first 5 tracks up into So Hardcore. That's what.
So
matter of
basically,
fact, I haven't listened to that joint in a minute. Hold up, let's see. Let's see. When Disaster Strikes, like, what was the track list
You got
on
the
that?
intro. You got Survival Hungry. You got When Disaster Strikes, the actual track.
Oh no, bruh. You ain't never lied. How can I forget one of my motivational songs? The whole
Why
world
do you
looking
be
at
wasting
me.
your time?
The whole world looking at me.
Looking at me.
The whole world looking at me. Survival Hungry. When Disaster Strikes. So Hardcore. Get High Tonight.
Yo, Arcka,
excuse me, unless you want to count the intro as its own song.
Didn't they take Survival Hungry off certain editions of that album?
I think so. And they replaced it with like a weird. Which track did they replace it with? That other track that we don't.
Something with the sample, no?
Arckatron, don't you go there. Do not go there. I know we talking about Busta. Leave it alone. Before we even get started, I don't want to hear about America Online. I don't want to hear about nothing.
No, we're not even in that direction.
We so
much reverence.
No, because you know how he'll take that joint. We'll be talking about golf or something.
We're reminiscing about the no neck bust, not all neck bust. The no neck bust.
All neck bust.
Hey, yo.
He's all neck now.
He's all neck.
Talking right from the
Jenna James said Busta wants T.I. in the verses. Man, T.I. ain't seeing Busta in the verses.
No, the Busta ODB joint.
Oh, yeah. How do we feel about that?
I want to hear that.
I have mixed feelings about that.
Oh, my feelings ain't mixed. That's a banger. That little baby snippet.
Sean, I think, is on my side of the fence.
No, I just need to hear more. I don't know.
That joint was riggedy wow.
Felt simultaneously weird and interesting because, like, what is that clip from that it starts with? What song is that from? What there's whatever old DB song that's from.
I don't know. Starts
like that.
Is it from like? Is it from like?
From a song or from like
second
an
album?
Clip?
No, it's from something. It's from.
I thought that was from the MTV episode.
No, hold up. Y'all gonna make me listen to it. Let me dip back.
Y'all gonna make me listen to the song.
Y'all gonna make me
listen to it so I can remember it. Hold up, Busta.
Oh man, Shot by Nolan said Busta versus Missy only. That just sounds like a dope night of music. They just sound like me just reminiscing on like some of the hottest stuff.
That's a Electra record special right there.
You know what it is? Because they were label mates. You're right, at least for a time. So you're right.
I mean, in the height of both of their careers, they were on the same at the height of both of their careers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Electra Records hits.
All right. So that intro is from the Lord Digger remix of Brooklyn Zoo.
It
starts with "But you won't let me love you," and then the beat drops, and the joint comes on. It was interesting because I was like, "Oh, I know this," and then it goes into like the whole take, which is a whole different thing. So that was interesting.
All right,
and it's like super vintage, dirty.
Yeah, it's him.
But it's like 2020. And like he got the dirty verse from like the dirty outtake. And I'm always kind of mixed about those things. You know, I was mixed about it when Drake went and got Michael Jackson on the song. You know, I'm mixed about it when pretty much the only time I wasn't really mixed about it was when Eric Sermon did music. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting.
The Drake clip. Mike joint or the possible Drake Aaliyah joint, as opposed to Bus and Dirty. Bus and Dirty like knew each other. Like they knew each other. They were cool.
Like,
you know,
But it's not a song
Drake ain't never know
from
Mike.
when they were. It's not a song from when he was alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a song where you got access to these vocals and you made a song around it after the fact. And that always kind of makes me feel. I mean, don't get me wrong. It sounded tight though, but I'm gonna have to see how it fits with the rest of the album.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Man. So next album, you know what I'm saying? That's right.
Your favorite,
Black Thought.
Your favorite MC of all time.
Number one on my list.
Number one on the NERDSoul charts.
Yep, Black Thought. You know what I'm saying? Streams of Thought, Volume 3.
Why do you be wasting your time being mad at Thought?
Cain and Abel. You know what? Since this is my number one, I'll start off with my thoughts on. You know what I'm saying? I'll start off with my thoughts.
Lon's got a whole wheelchair, fam. What the?
Yo, man, you gotta roll. You gotta roll, son. You gotta roll with it. You gotta lean and rock with it. Gotta rock and roll with it.
Sorry,
but
I didn't expect that.
So, Streams of Thought came out. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We're getting some new music.
Got the Scooty bike.
Don't be hating.
Yo, man. Try to set the scene, man. So,
break them.
All right, so check it. All right, so Streams of Thought comes out. I was like, cool, we're getting new music. Great. Thank God we're getting some new music because for a while it seemed like we weren't going to get anything substantial. Maybe like a song here or there, but nothing substantial. I didn't even know about Streams of Thought Volume 2. And PL talked about Volume 3, and I was like, oh, snap, word? Cool, we can do both of these. You know what I'm saying? Listen to it. This is an album that I was pleasantly surprised by in different ways, and then also kind of caught off guard in a bad way in different ways. Like musically, not lyrically. Lyrics were fine. Black Thought. Even though, of course, Malik B wrote everything for him. Even he wrote a whole bunch of stuff before he passed, so he can still rap over it now.
Dice too.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Dice Raw is also writing all of his stuff. So since good thing they got everything writing. Of course, because we can believe all of the words that come out of Jaguar Wright's mouth. So with that said, lyrics are on point, but the music.
Although she said one true thing, I'll tell you afterwards. She said one true thing.
See, that's how they begin you. They'll tuck one truth inside of like 45 lies.
There's
Notice
one.
what I said. 45 lies. but yeah, music. Sometimes I don't know how to feel about it. When I first listened to it, I was like,
Music makes
I don't know. I don't know where I am with this one because it's not that I didn't like it, and it's not that it wasn't on the level of like just music in the background, but I didn't know where to place it. I listened to it again, and I actually like this a lot better than the first time around. It shows for me a lot of growth that I don't think, or diversity in his sound and musical choices that I don't think he would have had or done normally with the Roots as a whole. And the rhymes are still on point. So for me, I'm already letting y'all know, I kind of dig this. I think it's above average. I don't think it's I haven't heard everything he's done, so I don't know if it's best, but I was pleasantly surprised the second time I listened to it because the first time I didn't know exactly where to place it, but I'm digging this one. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm digging this one. I was pleasantly surprised the second time around. Let's roll. Ooh, I know who I want to roll to. PL Parker Lewiz.
Take it to the bridge.
How can I say this respectfully?
Yeah.
You can't.
I didn't care for this one. Much respect to Black Thought. Black Thought is a top 5 greatest rapper, one of the top 5 greatest rappers alive. Rappity rapping. And he has been for about 20 years, which is in itself 20 years, which in itself is an amazing feat. With all that being said, this wasn't it, man. This wasn't it. Not for me.
Wasn't it?
Not for me.
Want it?
Not for me.
Right.
I thought that a lot of the production was kind of redundant. No, this not better than Streams of Consciousness 1. It's not better than 2. I think 1 by far is the best. But that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, Black Thought, one of the greatest of all times, but no, this album wasn't it for me.
All right. Arckatron.
Where do I start?
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't particularly 100% like it. I feel thought comes through, but it's like it's the same thought, same Black Thought since Tipping Point. Game Theory. Like he hasn't really changed much. Like he has remember if you could look at his exponential growth from organics to Things Fall Apart. And after that, it's kind of ironic. Things kind of fell apart. Like, I feel he just became formulaic. Not as formulaic as that other guy that I talk about a lot, Mr. Green, if you know what I'm talking about. His real name. Last name is Green. TK Green. We just say that. We don't do his voice on here anymore.
No. I caught it.
But he's not as formulaic as that. But it's definitely something I can still listen to. But I just feel this album, he's rapping, but I just don't feel it like I felt it every time. Even in the last 10 years, maybe I don't know what it is about Black Thought. I don't know. Maybe it's just now hearing the music now is too late. I wish this was 20 years ago, 10 years ago. I wish she was working with these artists as different kind of people back then. Outside of the Roots, he could have been doing. I wish he was doing both, doing solo albums and doing the Roots albums.
True.
I just felt. Not saying wasted. I mean, he was doing albums with the Roots, so whatever. But I feel the musicality wise, the music is there. It's just I don't feel it. Some of it fits Black Thought, or maybe I don't understand what he was going for. So I don't know.
That's exactly. I'm gonna hit on that later. I'm glad you brought that up. And Anwar Highsign, where you at?
It was the longest 34 minutes that I've had in a long time. It really didn't do it. This one really didn't do a lot for me. I skimmed through it when it came out the other day, and then I gave it, I went back and I gave it a real serious listen, because I wanted to be prepared for the show. And I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the beats. I agree with Arcka about Black Thought is still there, but it's felt to me for a long time like he was just punching the clock. And I think I know what it is that I'm hearing as a rapper. And I think what it is with Thought is he doesn't have anything to prove anymore. And I feel that coming through. He raps, but there's no shade of that that guy that was really going crazy, because he's gotten the accolades from the highest authorities in the land. And once you get that, you know, like he's had a success, but a guy like him, it seems like, you know, like cool, like monetary success is great and critical accolades are great, but he's the guy that wants Rakim to be like, yo, you're the guy. And he got that. So like, what do you rap for after that? Like you just kind of punching the clock. And at least that's my
people that rap. Like we can't just rest on the laurel that like you've been like. That's one thing that I really admire about the Lox. I think I've said this on the show before. Mm-hmm. They get better with every song they drop.
Mm-hmm. I feel that way about Push.
Him too. Like they get better with every body of work that they put out. They get better and better and better and better and better. Like to Arckatron's point, it's like, all right. I mean, my bad. Highsign's point. It's like, yo, you got to that point, you got to the mantle, you got on top of the pedestal, and it's like, all right, you don't want to learn no new tricks.
Yeah, and it's really hard to say that about a guy like him because one, everything, like nothing on earth is looked at with a critical eye, a critical thought these days. Like there is no such thing as critical thinking these days. So it's hard to even critique guys like him. And, you know, like beyond that, like he's Black Thought. You don't want to critique him at all. You know, so, but yeah, like I just don't.
For as much flack as y'all get hold about the different flows and the switch ups and the emphasizing the different words and the different flows.
Never exists.
Yeah, all that. You gotta switch it up sometimes, man. Like you have
my biggest problem with Hove is the dumbing down of everything. That's my singular biggest problem with Hove. Because once he dumbed it down, it pitched up a little bit on records like 444 and the J Electronica record. But you'll never hear a verse as lyrically sound from a technical space as, you know, Hove in 98 or Hove on
I can't agree with that.
Like, come on, yo, man. He has not had a verse where he was chopping shit down as much. I've seen the same thing happen. 3 cuts
go
in your
listen to that J Electronica album again.
Huh?
Go listen to that J Electronica album again, fam. Go listen.
I never stopped listening to it. I've been listening.
Go listen again, man. Go listen again.
He been listening.
If you feel like he's as sharp
the Jay-Z Sun, Moon, and Stars album.
He is on this, you know, I can't really argue it. I don't think he's as sharp as that. And I think it's a direct result of him taking that path for a long time. Now he's at a point where he doesn't have to do that. He's been inspired out of it. And we're getting a more lyrical Hove again. But like Black Album Hove, he ain't Blueprint Album Hove, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
He ain't far from it, is what I'm trying to say.
Black Album was solid, in my opinion.
I don't think,
but you know what I'm saying? Some people don't. Hey sis,
inspiration. Yeah.
You have to try. You have to do something different. Like you can't just give me something. Give me something.
He gave us something different, but you know, like the risk you run in giving anyone something different, which you have to take. It's a risk you have to take, but the risk that you run is that the thing you give won't be good. It's not guaranteed to be good, but you got to take the risk to break new ground.
Yeah.
Break new ground to make new ground. You know what I mean?
So I wanted to get into some of the things that you guys talk about, because where I break with the album is I don't think I'd say that I feel like he's punching the clock, but I will say that I think that there's maybe four to five beats that just feel weird that he's on. But it's not a situation where I don't think he's rapping well. And I mean, you kind of cover like, he's always going to rap well. But it is a weird
average
choice of music to be behind. But then with that said, it was kind of refreshing to see him pick music like this, even though I didn't like it, because it's like, I don't want to hear, like, even though it's impressive, I don't want to hear a whole album of 85 bars. Even though I like it, like a whole album of 85 bars, even though that's kind of like the Black Thought that we're all like, oh God. But, a whole album of that, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if I could do a whole album of that. So I do like him switching up and trying different things. I just don't think it really nails it as well as it could be nailed. And that's where I kind of break with this album in a negative way, where I'm like, some of these songs just seem weird for him to be on. The message that he's actually saying, the words that he's saying, the sentiments he's expressing are cool, but the actual song when it's put together, like that execution you're talking about, is just not hitting for me.
What do you feel about the subject matter of the album?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What do y'all feel about the subject matter of the album? What it's
PL?
actually talking about.
Same subject matter for the past two albums. The same subject matter that he always talks about. Like, I can't, like, it's like you get to a certain point, it's like you love hamburgers. Like, this restaurant makes a mean hamburger, but they also make a chicken sandwich. But you never get the chicken sandwich because everyone knows the spot for the burger. Sometimes you just gotta switch it up and get the chicken sandwich. Like, give me something.
I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying, though.
Something else.
I see what you're saying, though. I definitely see what you're saying.
I get where you're trying to go with the production. I get where you were trying to go. I just feel that the mark was failed badly.
Damn, PL.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The bars are there.
Damn, PL.
Like, the content is great. I want a chicken sandwich today. I know you.
And the funny thing is, I feel very similarly to PL, but it didn't hit me as hard. Like the criticisms that you guys have, I definitely had those issues with the album, but I guess they didn't hit me as hard as that. Like this,
it's not really, even unique to him for me.
Prepare yourself for the score. The score is not going to be a 9, but it didn't hit me as hard as it hit you guys. I set it down for a second.
I don't even think that it's unique to him. Like, I feel that way about all of this current crop of sort of, colorized struggle music. I just
colorized struggle music.
I don't find it to be interesting or particularly engaging. Like, I understand the times, and I understand the need in troubling times for someone, like, artists are like combat photographers, like, for someone to document these things in song is important. I just don't like the approach that people are taking to documenting it, because it's very surface. Like no one's digging deep, you know. But the people that we're all patterning after from Vietnam War times, we're taking a very different and very sharp approach. And I think that, you know, all of us artists can dig a lot deeper. So when you don't, it's just like, all right, cool. Like that like fucking, excuse me, that freaking HBCU struggle music. Like I'm not.
No, I definitely see what you're saying.
HBCU protest version. I'm cool on that, bro.
I definitely see where you're coming from. And shouts to King Jers and Hitman 30 for coming up in the chat.
30.
Marquise Collins asked, do y'all think Black Thought being on Jimmy Fallon may have something to do with this? Like kind of like this, I guess maybe stagnation isn't the word.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Well, no, because Streams of Thought Volume 1 came out after Jimmy Fallon.
Mm-hmm. And it's
I'm not saying he was like that before Jimmy Fallon. Like I'm saying he was this way.
He was this way for a long time.
On those Roots albums, the Undone, and then you shoot your cousin, and
the sad albums, all the sad albums.
I think that's when it started. That's when it started for me. Like, he's off the reservation. He's gonna be doing his own thing, and I don't want to be a part of it. I'm good.
I like Volume 1 of Streams of Thought a lot.
It was decent.
Who produced it again?
Your boy.
Ninth Wonder. Ninth One Drop.
Right. Ninth One Drop.
I need some help. I got a Core Triton. I got a Boomer Bap. Just ain't got no bip. Oh man,
Core Triton.
Triton.
So who did I miss? Who hasn't gone a little deep before we do bottom 3 and top 3? I know we got wrapped up.
Did I go deep? I have to go deep. No slip. Did I go deep? Oh no.
I don't think you did.
All right. I mean, I think I said one first time, but second go around now, I'm going to talk about the music. Like, I see where he was going with it, but I don't like who. Okay, I'm gonna ask.
I just thought. Never mind. I just had a thought, but go. You go.
Okay. I have a fair question. Who is Portugal the Man and the Artful Last Person of the World? What does it say?
Artful Last Dodger.
Who are these people? They show up in four of the. They are
known. They are known. They're not Nathaniels.
No. I've seen the last Artful Dodger name, but I haven't seen the Portugal the Man. I was like, oh, who are these? I've seen one of the names, but not the other. So I'm just trying to make sure that
I've seen both.
I just did they produce it? Like, who did the production?
No, they're
who produced this?
Sean C. did the whole thing.
Okay.
Who?
Sean C. and he's sort of Sean
C. and LV.
And LV, yeah.
Really?
Did stuff with Diddy and stuff on the PL's favorite album, American Gangster.
All right, so with this,
which is part of my complaints.
If this album go with me for a second, at least for me, this would raise the score various amounts of points. I won't say. If this album was produced by Q-Tip, we'd be having a different conversation.
Ooh, don't do that.
I can't say that because
I think so.
C and LV are dope.
Well, this is Sean C by himself.
Q-Tip, though.
This is Sean C by himself.
It's Sean C alone.
No LV.
That makes a difference for you.
No LV. Just Sean C.
No Luther Vandross. None.
Ooh.
I still don't think that I still give it to Sean C because Sean C he's still kind of in the game. Other than that Q-Tip album, other than that Tribe album that we got a couple years ago, what has Q-Tip been on and producing? Like, he's not active, really. You know what I mean?
But I'm pretty sure he's got joints in the top.
Active to our knowledge.
Yeah, to our knowledge. He probably still knocking out beats, but just ain't giving them out to the public or whatever.
He probably gave all his
announced
beats to
three-
Bus, and Bus ain't dropped an album in 10 years. So yeah, that's probably what it was.
He announced 3 projects on his birthday this year.
I remember that.
Yo,
He's working.
straight
We just
up.
don't have it yet. We just don't have the music yet.
Straight up. If this was because the lyrics, I don't really have a particular problem with the lyrics. I do understand what you guys are saying about like this is the same Black Thought that we've had for the last say 5 to 10 years, maybe more. But if this was produced by Q-Tip, I think we're having a whole nother conversation. Because what
Maybe,
dragged me
but
down
maybe
the
not.
most about this is the music in a lot of cases. And I think production wise, Q-Tip could have handled not only the music as far as the bare bones beat, but also the different, different emphasis on certain lines and stuff like that. Also kind of handling how like some of the singing was done and stuff like that. I think we're talking about we're having a whole nother conversation, how the singing was done, who was doing the singing, stuff like that. I think this is a missed opportunity. I think Q-Tip should have did this. I think Q-Tip's beats would have
we
matched.
could say the same. We could
I was gonna
slot
say
any
I
producer in there.
might be rock biased, but you say Q-Tip.
Uh-huh.
I would love to hear a Black Thought album produced solely by Just Blaze.
Oh, gee, I knew you were gonna say that. I don't want to hear that.
I would. Me.
Yeah, but
That's
you put
okay.
that out into the world.
I mean,
so we gotta
it's
make
not
our
like
comments,
it's not like
you know
Just
what I mean?
Blaze makes whack beats though. You know what I'm saying?
When the last
I don't
time?
know.
What's the last thing Just did really?
He just did a joint on
He did the joint on West Side
Gun
Guns album.
Oh, the
The
album I
last
didn't listen
song.
to. Gotcha.
Yeah, the last
But
song.
yeah,
It was fire too.
because I think the subject matter that he's working with could be handled well by someone like Q-Tip, to a better degree than what we have now. Because I'll let you go on Arckatron, but what we have now is I feel like there's a disconnect, and I think it's mostly on the musical side for me. But go ahead, Arckatron. Sorry.
Wait, what was I saying? I was.
Oh, you were just remarking on the music in general, like on the
Yeah,
beats.
like I just don't like the music. It feels the same way I felt about the Roots music in the last like 3 albums, where it's like it's very like I don't know if it's trying to cross over or if it's trying to cross under. I don't know what it's trying to do. Like I don't know what it's trying to do. So then I'm confused when I hear it. I'm like, this sounds like it could be on like, B105 or B101. Like it was like it didn't sound like. And then when Black Thought starts rapping, like, oh, okay, this is where we're gonna take it. Cool. But I just feel like musically, the music is great. I feel the music is good. I just don't feel Black Thought needs to be on it. Like I feel I like the music.
See, we depart ways right there. You know what I'm saying? Like we depart ways. I thought the music was extremely, extremely bland. I didn't really like anything on this album. Like nothing was like it's cool. Like some of the stuff is cool, and some of the stuff is like
that's why I say cool. Cool is what I would say too.
It's like it's middling. Like how it's like you have like it's cool, and then you have like it's okay, but then you have like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's like that for me.
It's like
it's
strong.
okay.
It's really have like strongly agree, neutral,
Neutral.
strongly disagree. You're like neutral. That
It's like
strongly
neutral,
disagree.
strongly disagree. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh man. Jenna James says
See that? I see it. She said
the album is safe. Something you use in Blackish, but not say power. You feel me? Yo.
Yes, I do.
Yo,
Thank you, Jenna
I
James.
do feel you.
And with that, I'm going to go to
Safe.
my score.
Safe music.
Safe music. And I
Black
don't like
Thought-
safe music.
Black Thought has the talent. He has the tools. He has the ability. He raps extremely well on this. There's no like rap verse on here. The music is a large disconnect for his message and for the listener expecting a certain quality level with production. behind him. It's not horrible. It's not great. But sit this right at a 6 for me. And I hate to say that. This joint is a 6. Because Streams of Thought Volume 1, I was head over heels for that joint. I was like, oh, snap, word, all right, dope beats, all right, I was up in my headphones like, And then with this one, I was like, oh, I didn't even know there was a 2. So I was like, number 3, number 3 gotta be good. So listen to number 3,
Wait, who did 2 again?
Salam Remy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. I already have some trust in that.
Man.
Right.
2. Oh man.
Wowzers.
It's Salam Remy though, so I do have some trust in that.
Okay. You go ahead.
I have a little trust in that. I have a little trust. I haven't heard it, but I have a little trust.
Be cool how you be cool. All right.
We might have to review that later on. We have to review that later on.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't want to say 6, but this sits at a 6 for me because I do feel that the music it does not fit. And that music, that disconnect for the music, that you need the beats and the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? If you have a disconnect, it's going to be a problem somewhere where, say if the beats were crazy, but then the rapper just is not doing anything for you. Or vice versa, where I think that he is rapping at a level above where these beats can go. And even in that being said, I do think that this is the same Black Thought that we've become accustomed to over the last, say, 10 or so years. And even Arckatron is saying 20. So in that case, I don't know.
Easily.
I don't know if this is a situation where he's like, hey, this is what the people want, give it to him. Or if it's a situation where maybe he's punching the clock, but whatever it may be, I know you don't want that score. See what happens? You give him a 6 and the kids go crazy. This is why I can't give him a 6 no more. Black Thought, don't do this again. All right. You see what you did? Black Thought? Don't do it again. So Black Thought, you got your talking to. All right. No more. All right, I'll throw it to PL.
That thought gonna be on your head.
Black Thought and Sean C. I'll give it a 7.
That sounded like a reluctant 7, though. That sounded like a reluctant 7.
Instead of reluctant 7.
Yeah, there are 2 really good songs on the album for me. The joint with Pusha T. I can't remember who else is on there right now.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Thank you. And how can I forget? He got the best verse on the joint. How can I forget Killer Mike was on the joint? Yes, he does.
Whoa.
Calm down.
Killer Mike don't have the best verse on that joint?
No, he don't. He don't.
Who does?
Push.
The first name you said.
You know I love Push. You know I do.
If you love Push, then love him, man.
You saying Push?
That Killer Mike verse wasn't
Michael
the best verse this
Renderman.
year.
No. Michael Renderman.
That wasn't better than his verse on Bandana?
Huh?
That verse wasn't better than his verse on Bandana?
Whose?
Killer Mike.
You bugging. You are bugging.
Oh,
Mike had the best verse on this joint. To me.
Your violent assertions.
I can't really talk too much.
Assertions.
The last time I heard Killer Mike was popping tags from Blueprint 2, so I really can't talk too much. So
Come on, man. You can't hold it. Blueprint 2 was like 40 years ago. Come on, man.
And then I really love
That's a whole lie.
Schoolboy. Schoolboy got off on this.
No, I've never listened to Run the Jewels. Never, not one song. Like, we went to the show. That's as much as I've listened to. I've never listened to it ever. So I haven't listened to much Killer Mike.
Well, then, that being said, you did technically hear him after popping tags. Then
I mean, like at home, putting a song on. Oh, I know this song. You know what I mean? Like I don't have no. It's Volume 2, man. Jay-Z's best album. You know I'm joking, y'all. You know I'm joking.
Already.
I'm out. I'm heading out.
That's one of the
Well,
worst
all right.
albums.
So I have a 6. PL has the reluctant
reaction
7.
to that was crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
out of respect,
please don't do this.
for the OGs, I gotta give him a 7.
I don't know. That 7 feels more like a 5.5, but I'll let that go. To
It
Anwar
feels like
Highsign.
a 4, but out of respect for those two great individuals, they'll get a 7.
My respect for the MC is much different than my feeling about this record. I don't feel like my feelings about this record don't share the same space as my feelings about Black Thought, the rapper. So this is a 0 for me. You can miss me with this album.
Wow.
Totally.
A 0.
Wow. What'd you say?
I don't think it's ever been this low.
First time in history.
Historical moment.
First time in NERDSoul history.
First time in NERDSoul
0.
history. Album
it
gets
won't be
a
the
0.
last either. It won't be the last.
Gets no
either.
credit.
Somebody else is gonna come with a 0 probably real soon.
This is a historic moment. Matter of fact, with that said, Anwar, would you like to speak to the American people and make it history on NERDSoul with the first 0 ever given? I think the lowest I ever gave was a 2. Was it a 2? Who did I give a 2?
Okay.
Did I give Bobby Digital like 2 or something like that? I think I gave a 2.
Yeah,
you gave a 0.
You upgraded Pillage to like a 3.5 or something. You gave
I think I upgraded Pillage to like a 3.5.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
But a 0.
That's crazy,
man. Y'all.
Yeah, man. Again, guys, my feelings about the artist, the MC, his capabilities, his skill set, his field record are entirely different are not a reflection of, I should say, my feelings about this one piece of work. Any and everybody can have a dud, whether it's a dud universally or a dud for you. This one is just a dud for me. It's not really that big of a deal, even though artists are super sensitive about their shit. But yeah, like I found this record to be tedious. I did not enjoy it.
And I got something new, but Shot by Nolan said a 3.5 for the Pillage is generous.
Wow.
Because remember that joint was low, and I was like, you know what? I'll give it. I'll be a little nicer because I think they were both at 2. I think I put both of them at a 2. And I was like,
gotta know how to adjust this shit.
Yo. That album. Oh boy. All right. So anyway, Arckatron, where you at? Where's your score?
You said the number before about 5.5. I'm giving it a 5.5. 0.5 for just because it's Black Thought, and you know what I say when it's anywhere near 5. You know what that means.
It's essentially a 0. I gave
him a 5.5, which is like a 1.
He gave him a 1. He basically Arckatron just gave him a 1. This is historic.
5.5 is what I gave him.
Now that I think about it more, because I have to balance things out. PL gave it a 7. I know PL gave it in a way where it was begrudging, if you will. I'm going to lower my score to match out what he was being too nice for. See what you did, Black Thought? See what you did? You came in like all on the album, and you was like, I'm gonna rap, I'm gonna do good. And then you didn't do good. Now what happened? So now your 6 is a 5. 5 out of 10. Wow. That's what you get, Black Thought.
Spanking right there, man.
Why you do this to me, man?
Talk to Sean C too. Don't be talking just Black Thought. Talk to the man who made the beats too.
It's definitely.
You know, actually, what is his name? Sean C.
Might be 60-40, yo.
Because Sean C. is the reason that you getting a 5. Like I said, if this was produced by Q-Tip, we're having a whole different conversation. This was produced by Q-Tip, I'd probably be at 7.5, maybe at 8, because I'd be like, look, because I'd be like, yo, Black Thought is still the same Black Thought, but this album grooves. This album got beats. This album knocks. This album doesn't knock. We got good lyrics, bad beats. All right, sounds like two songs.
So let me ask you about this. I believe there's an interview that came out today, or within the last couple of days, where he says that the long gestating Dangerous Thoughts collaborative record with Danger Mouse may be the next stop for him.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
That's a different level of production. That's a different level.
Is it gonna be his alias? He's gonna be singing a lot like Niles Barkley? Like, what are you gonna be doing?
I would imagine he's gonna be.
You gotta sing
Black
something.
Thought. I'm sure he'll have melody, but I feel like, you know, if anything, we can expect him to rhyme.
I'm intrigued.
Yo, if it's Dangerous Thoughts, I'm down with it. Because even, like I said, even this level of rhymes, even though this has been kind of like the same style that Black Thought has been doing, better production automatically raises this. Production wasn't there. Sean C. just did not produce, all right? He did not produce. Now, I mean, of course, you got the Swiss Beats joint. Swiss Beats. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't do that beat.
Oh, he didn't? Who did that?
No. Sean C. did that.
Oh, Sean C. was pretending to be Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sean C. was pretending to be Swiss Beats.
What are y'all
he should have pretended to be someone else.
You're not the
whole
first
time
person
out.
I've seen. You're not the first person I've seen like that beat. What am I missing?
I don't know. That song is fire.
It's just got an energy around it. It's just got an energy that the rest of the album doesn't have. That's the thing. That song, Thought versus Everybody, those two songs have an actual energy to them. The other songs don't. And so you end up with rhymes that are good and then music that just doesn't seem to match it. And a disappointed fan who put you in his number one slot. Now, of course, since it's number one slot for MCing, we're just talking about the actual verbal skills you got. So you're still there, but look, hey, Black Thought, I know you watch the show. I know you here every week. Look, man, we cool. Just lose Sean C's number. Don't call him back no more. Don't text him. Don't DM him. Don't email him. Don't nothing. Don't send a pigeon. Nothing. All right? You cut off. All right? Just tell him he's cut off.
Or maybe pick better beats from Sean C.
Sean C might not have no better beats.
Don't say that. Don't say that. No.
I don't believe that.
We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, he probably.
I don't believe that.
We ain't gonna do that, fam.
Sean C. It's like he met it. Like he was trying to make roots beats or something.
Yeah.
Failure. He shouldn't have did that. He should have stuck to him. Stuck to Sean C. What we know him for. Now, we don't know him for making roots beats.
I needed
that might be his new style.
I needed a Rock Boys, man.
Ooh.
Not saying, you know what I mean by that. Like, I needed a certain type of energy and construction.
Well, guys, we have exhausted, exhumed, and exercised all the demons. You know what I'm saying?
We made it through without talking about the thing.
What didn't y'all talk about?
We'll tell you out there.
Cool. You know what I'm saying? This for NERDSoul backstage. All right. So big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Fatima Ali, glad to see you come through. Vivi, what up? Marquis Collins, Jenna James, Shot by Nolan, Reggie. Arckatron was also in the chat. Thank you for doing that double duty. Also, Tyler Bennett, you know, the troll of the crew. This is what you do. King Jers. When we had Hitman 30, we had Jamal Lee up in here. I think that's it. And if I forgot you and I didn't say your name, it's not on purpose. Don't be all like, you forgot me, man. Look, it's a whole bunch of names in here. It's hard to see them all. And Zeus was up in here. So we're gonna start over here, you know, because they rearranged, they played musical chairs on me. Anwar Highsign, tell them where they can not only get your album, but a bouquet of flowers.
You can get the album on any digital streaming platform. You can purchase it. You can listen to it rather on any digital streaming platform. You can purchase it on any digital music marketplace in the world.
What up? What up?
Fleece
and
is available as well as other things. You can check out Fleece. You can check out the Paul tape. You can check out Take It Like It Is. You can check out Hard Writer. You can check out a whole bunch of things. It's all there. Yeah,
that's what's up. And Panda, thank you for rolling through too. Much love to Panda. In the diagonal square, even after playing musical chairs, he's actually back right where he started. PL Parker Lewiz, say what's up.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that was viewing. Tyler, what up? Yeah, man. From Dark to God 3 is available everywhere on all the musical realms. Wherever you listen to music, it's there. You can check me out also at Parker PL Lewiz LEWIZ.com, man. Let's get it.
Yeah. From Dark to God 3. Get them streams up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you ain't doing nothing. You're sitting home. You ain't going to college. Listen to the album. So, in the bottom square, the one and only ARC, Father Part 3. Say what's up.
Yeah, Arckatron.com. You can find me, ARCKATRON.com, and you can find all my stuff there, my new music. Got some stuff coming out soon. But on there, you can find all the stuff I've been working on, and old and new. Yeah.
That's what's up. This what's up. NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. YouTube is the hub. Hit that thumbs up, please, if you like what you're seeing. If you don't, then hit that thumbs down. I'm going to send Sean C after you. And all he going to do is play music you don't want to hear. All right? Then shouts out to my podcast, if you rather listen, or Spotify for a couple little baby jams, a modest jam, if you will. So, of course, we're going to leave you with ARC, Father Part 3. That's right, Arckatron. Feels good. With a song that we've already done, it's finished, and you'll be able to hear it soonish. Yeah. Very, very soon and very soon. But that's right. So, of course, from us to you, we're saying thanks for watching and peace.
I would have never remembered that song if y'all had said that just now.
Soon and very soon, we are going to see the King. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Hey, shouts out to everybody that grew up in the church.
I'm super not religious.
And a woo for you and you and you. All y'all. Y'all get a woo. All right, cool. So we love all y'all. We out. Peace. Oh man, that's what's up.